Who did you pick? Captain America or Iron Man? How does lightning strike 3 times for Marvel? Well, in Captain America's case, I believe that it did. They managed to just make their movies better for each time that it came out. The first one, amazing. Winter Soldier just got better. Good story, good everything just worked. And then with this one, the third movie, Civil War, I loved it. It was, man, they just can't make bad movies, can they? Marvel likes to tell a good story. I've noticed with all their movies, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man, they all have a story that just fits. But not only for their own personal story, it fits their whole Marvel universe. Like every movie you could watch and you'll find things that fit in this movie, that movie. They all are like, it's like taking a thread from different spots and just connecting them all into one thing. Obviously, they planned this ahead. Now, there's a lot of things that were not planned that far in advance, I don't think. But they planned enough to be able to connect these movies and just make one huge story that fits into all of their movies. I love it. Civil War movie continues on. If you've seen Winter Soldier, if you've seen Age of Ultron, you will notice that this is basically a continuation of those 2 movies. They bring up subject matter from both. We learn more about Bucky, where he's been, how he is the Winter Soldier. We learn more about, things that happened in Age of Ultron when they destroyed that town, basically, the Sokovia. And this is where the movie pretty much starts us off. One of the things that I like about it is they give you a little something in the beginning, a little backstory. In some cases, in this one, for example, didn't have anything to do with the present day stuff. This is really, a real backstory. Then we move on to the present day and see where they're at and how the governments are basically uniting to create some type of order, because these superheroes, even though they are saving the world, they are, creating a safer place for people to live from all these evil threats, they are creating destruction. They're dropping buildings on people, right? Not that they mean to, but it just happens. There's going to be casualties. They can't help it. There is some accountability that they have to, face. They have to pretty much look, you guys destroyed this, millions of dollars. So they bring in this like real world situation into this Marvel universe. There are consequences. You can't just be a superhero, save the day, and not have to flip the bill for it. Because of this, with the governments coming together, this is where we find the conflict. This is the beginning of what I believe is why they're calling this Civil War, or Team Cap, Team Iron Man. They're both kind of on different sides of, should we do this, should we not, should we be letting the government control us? There are some situations that Iron Man feels like they should. He feels that they need to be put in some type of check, as he put it in the trailer that you've seen. And Captain America just doesn't agree, because he doesn't feel like that they should be controlled. There's the beginning. This is what creates the conflict. Now, this is not exactly the whole Civil War story, but this gets us going. We start getting some reasons behind why there's a conflict. The other thing I loved about the movie, the special effects. I mean, they're just getting, every year, it just seems like amazing. ILM, Industrial Light and Magic, those guys are geniuses. Whoever they hire to create their special effects, keep doing your job. You are, I can't even tell what's real or what's fake anymore, honestly. And it's awesome, because it just makes the movie so much better. Not like before, when you used to see like, a plastic dinosaur coming into the frame and then this person standing there. You could tell it was a toy. We've gotten so much further away. Thank goodness, because these movies would be kind of corny. We have a lot of different stories in this movie. We have Winter Soldier, Captain America, Iron Man, obviously the team, which is part of the Avengers. They're part of a story that goes on here. Zemo. Now, that was an interesting choice for a villain. Is he a villain, though? I mean, in the comics, yes. He's a villain. Zemo is a villain. But in this movie, I like what they did. They brought in a different point of view as to why he does the things that he does. You can consider him a villain, but I don't know. Maybe he really wasn't. We'll see. They just managed to tell all these stories and keep it in an organized way so you're not confused. It's like they're here and they want to get here. How are they going to get there? They're going to go but they get there. And it all makes sense. Next, the special surprises in the movie. We know who's in it. I don't think I'm spoiling anything here by saying Spider-Man's in it. You've seen the trailers. Loved him. Spider-Man, I am so excited to see him on the screen again. This version of Spider-Man, they picked a kid. I mean, Spider-Man was always, in the comics, at least the origin story, he's always been a kid, a teenager in high school. This kid, he's actually a kid. He's not an adult playing a kid, which was, it was fine. I love Tobey Maguire. Tobey, you did great. But this new kid, he's got it down. He's got Peter Parker down. He's got the flipping around down. He's got that snappy charisma one-liner. You saw that one part in the commercial. He's like, a metal arm? You got a metal arm? How awesome! Like, he's got that down. Like, the kid's doing. He's gonna be great. I'm excited to see what else they do with him. I'm excited to see that. Black Panther, another new character. He was an interesting story. I'm sure we'll learn more about him in his solo movie. They're talking about making a solo movie for him, but he had a great part in this one. He came in at the right time. He had the right effect that the movie needed. So they didn't just throw him in there for fun and not make it seem like there was any sense or reason, or you know what I'm saying. Ant-Man. You know what? He's just great. There's so many great lines. I don't want to spoil anything for you because this is definitely a spoiler-free review. I just want to get you excited for it, but there's so many good things that he does, so many good lines that he uses. I'm going to leave it at that. Watch it, you'll see what I mean. Ant-Man was used very well in this movie. I want to go back to the cast of this movie. There's a lot of actors in this movie. Obviously we all are aware of the Avengers. We know Ant-Man. We've learned of Spider-Man now. We've learned of the Black Panther, Zemo. Man, they sure know how to pick a cast. They know how to really get the right people for the parts. I talked about Spider-Man and how great he was. They really found the right Spider-Man. I believe a movie is made and it's successful because of the cast, the actors and actresses that they use, but also the director. They picked the right people, and that's why this movie's successful. You can have a really crappy script, honestly, you could, I believe you can, and still have a great movie because of how the director and the actors did their job. What happened here? Great casting, guys. Do it again. I wanted to talk about the director. This is interesting. These guys directed The Winter Soldier, and now obviously they did this one. And I believe they're also in line to do the Infinity War. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can put that in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that they are. These guys are kind of like taking over the reign after Joss Whedon took off because he was burned out. I get it, Joss, dude. You had a lot on your plate. Don't worry about that. But these guys are taking the reins. They're going to do the next Infinity War movies. So I'm excited. They did a great job with Winter Soldier and this one. So honestly, if they can continue this with the next two movies, I'm excited to see those. So the Russo brothers, good job, guys. Keep going. I want to tell you guys this because sometimes, when I go to the movies, my wife and my kids like, Dad, is there a mid-credit scene or end-credit scene? Yeah, there is. Stay for the mid-credit scene. That's the one right after the movie ends. They show you like a little, the actors and the parts they played with the little graphics. They do this a lot. And then at the very, very end of the movie, right at the very end of the credits, there's one more. So there's two, post-credit scenes. Stay for both. You think they're fun, but you'll see people get up. I think it's funnier to people, all right, let's go, we gotta go. No, but really, stay for the end credits. You'll enjoy it. Anyways, that's my review for Captain America. I'm not going to say more about it because I want you guys to go see it. I enjoyed it a lot. I think they're doing a great job. I'm excited for the movies that have come out so far this year. Great superhero movies and a lot more to come. Suicide Squad, that's coming up here soon. So we'll do more reviews. I'm going to do one once a week. I'm going to try to find a balance and a schedule when I can do this. Again, my name's Henry. I'm with MovieReviewsToGo.com, and I hope to catch you on the next one. If you have any comments, leave them below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. You know, I always want to hear what other people think of my reviews or their own reviews. Hit the like button below. If you're new to my channel, hit subscribe. The more subscribers, the better it is. If you have a movie that you want me to review, put that in the comments below and I'll be happy to look at it and tell you what I think. We'll catch you on the next one.